Hey, I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for all the prayers for my dad. Yeah, Brandon Jr. kicking butt down there, and I'm out in California right now taking care of some stuff. Would appreciate prayers for this mediation for lawsuit we have coming up. Last time we did Numbers 22 through 24, um, where Balak went to Balaam and asked him to put a curse on the Israelites. And Balaam essentially said no because he went to the Lord, and the Lord said, if these people are already blessed, I can't curse them. I can only do what the Lord says. So they tried set up different altars and all the different directions and everything they poked at and tried. He couldn't do it. So um, Balak sent Balaam on his way after a failed attempt to curse them. But there's another gray area loophole we're about to get into here. So Numbers 25. While Israel was staying in Shittim, the men began to indulge in sexual immorality with Moabite women, who invited them to the sacrifices of their gods. The people ate the sacrificial meal and bowed down before these gods. So Israel yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor, and the Lord's anger burned against them. The Lord said to Moses, take all the leaders of these people, kill them, and expose them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the Lord's fierce anger may turn away from Israel. So Moses said to Israel's judges, each of you must put to death those of your people who have yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor. And so the Lord is like, he burns angry at the Moabites because they are heavy into sacrificing for false gods and idols, right? Total goes against the one true God, God of the Israelites, of our God. So does not like that. And in the last couple chapters, I usually don't jump ahead, but just to kind of put context to this, Balaam was loyal to God, right? Wouldn't put a curse on him. But if we jump ahead like a few chapters to Numbers 31, um, it says 13 through his Moses, Eleazar, the priests, and all the leaders of the community went to meet them outside the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds of thousands who returned from battle. Have you allowed all the women to live? He asked them. They were the ones who followed Balaam's advice and enticed the Israelites to be unfaithful to the Lord in the Peor incident, so that a plague struck the Lord's people. We're going to get to that. So Balaam, kind of behind the scenes, is like, look, to Balak, I'm not cursing them, but if your women go in there and seduce them, you might pull them away from the God that curses that or that blesses them. Even if you go all the way back to Revelation, it says, where was it? Because it was in here too. 25. It does talk about it. Give me a second. 2:14. So all the way last chapter of the Bible, Revelations 2:14. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you. There are some among you who hold to the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to entice the Israelites to sin, so that they ate food sacrificed to idols and committed sexual immorality. So Balaam may not have put a curse on him, but he kind of showed him the way to do this, right? So not good, and God never forgets that and reminds us throughout this. So we're going to jump back into here. Then an Israelite man, we're back into Numbers 25. Then an Israelite man brought into the camp a Midianite woman right before the eyes of Moses and the whole assembly of Israel while they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Remember, the tent of meeting is sacred. And this dude brings an outsider chick into this right as they're like crying and trying to figure out how to get rid of this like cancerous sin that's come upon their camp. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw this, he left the assembly, took a spear in his hand, and followed the Israelite into the tent. He drove the spear into both of them, right through the Israelite man and into the woman's stomach. Then the plague against the Israelites was stopped, but those who died in the plague numbered 24,000. The Lord said to Moses, Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, has turned my anger away from the Israelites, since he was as zealous for my honor among them as I am. I did not put an end to them in my zeal. Therefore, tell him I am making my covenant peace with him. He and his descendants will have a covenant of lasting priesthood because he was zealous for the honor of his God and made atonement for the Israelites. So yeah, Phinehas said, not right here. Dude, you're doing this in the church parking lot. And so went out, just killed the Israelite and killed the little scallywag that he was dragging in the tent. The name of the Israelite who was killed with the Midianite woman was Zimri, son of Salu, the leader of the Simeonite family. And the name of the Midianite woman who was put to death was Kezibi, daughter of Zur, a tribal chief of the Midianite family. The Lord said to Moses, treat the Midianites as enemies and kill them. They treated you as enemies when they deceived you in the Peor incident involving their sister Kezibi, the daughter of a Midianite leader, the woman who was killed when the plague came as a result of the incident. So, yes, Balaam kind of said, I'm not cursing them, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And he is remembered in the history books for not just writing off and saying, no, not happening. So I'm going to hang it up there. That's chapter 25. Love you guys. Have a great week.